Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of I.O.W. Sports, man. We got a lot of sports to talk about. Of course, Buffaloes, Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime took their first loss. We got a wild and
That was an ass whooping.
Yeah, that was a straight ass.
Go ahead.
Deep down. You got a wild and wacky NFL 3. Week 3, we got to talk about, obviously, the elephants in the room. Sean Payton.
You nigga alone.
Broncos got that beat down of a lifetime. Giving up. Talking about giving up cheeks. Oh, my God. That was.
Wow.
Yeah, that was wow. So,
we need no Take Jake on here.
Hey, no, Take Jake is smart. He's hiding, as he should. You don't
What up, Mel?
You don't want to be around for that. What's up, Mel? Shout out to King Mel. And of course, Dallas Cowboys, their fans are going to make up all the excuses in the world about that loss, losing to the Bishop Sycamore, the NFL league. They're going to, try to come up with excuses. We'll talk about that as well. Some things going on in New York Jets world. I saw Sauce Gardner had the post.
No, there's not.
No.
We ain't got much going on.
Well, no, Sauce Gardner had to post something on Twitter to go ahead and claim his I don't want to say his innocence, but just to get ahead of some fines. Let's just say that he's getting off with his best entrance. I mean, a lot of stuff to talk about, but as always, Wildcard Mar in the building, Detroit Mail in the building, the big homie down here. We all in full effect. Please make sure you go to I.O.W. Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, YouTube, I.O.W. Sports Network, I.O.W. Sports 1 on the Twitter. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Lets us know every time. Lets you know every time we drop new content. And man, let's start with some college football because I want to start here. And Ohio State gets the nail biting victory. But I want to talk about this part. I want to talk about this part though. Lou Holtz, old man Lou Holtz had
still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's still
barely. Barely.
He's hanging on by a thread, ain't he?
Come on, man.
The Pat McAfee impersonator of Lou Holtz is more alive than he is.
But anyway, Lou Holtz is there. He's still
spirit.
Right.
Spirit. He's there.
Yeah,
look at Mr. Burns.
Hey, but hold on. He's looking like Mr. Burns.
Smithers.
Hey,
there you go, Nick.
Hey, but hold on. But the lisp is still there. So that's how I know Lou Holtz is there in all spirit, bro. The lisp
that motherfucker's tongue is like me. It stopped working years ago.
Ladies' minds are still working. Call me.
But, no, I didn't mean my tongue. I meant me working.
Oh, my bad.
But yo, I can't with y'all. But Lou Holtz, was very critical of Ryan Day, and he said, Ohio State, looks good in the regular season, but when things get tough and play tougher competition, they get outclassed in the physical department. They're not so tough. They're, they look real, soft compared to the teams that come in there and out physical them and beat them up. And Ryan Day heard that the day, that it was said. And, he was very amped about after winning in Notre Dame last second. Hey, speak about it. Our residential Big Ten guy, Michigan guy. What's up? And does Ryan Day have?
Ryan Day have the garbage? Let's just put that out there right now. He's still garbage. I mean, he barely beat him. It took a last. I mean, a win is a win. I will give you that. It is a win is a win. But I mean, if you based on what Lou Holtz said and based on your performance, you kind of proved him right. You know what I'm saying? You barely beat them. Just Notre Dame, both offenses really weren't clicking like that.
No.
And I think if Notre Dame could have got their offense clicking in Ohio State, would have got blown out. Because one like it was a defensive thing. Just the offense just wasn't clicking. Period. On both sides of the ball, on Ohio State or on Notre Dame, and it took them a last second, heroic, violent effort to win.
Yeah.
So I tip my hat off to him. A win is a win, but I don't detect no lies. And this ain't still a regular season. I think more he's probably referring to is the playoffs. If you look at the last couple of years,
Yeah,
they always been the favorite to win, and they get in the playoffs and haven't won.
Yeah.
Now we got to give him credit for hanging with Georgia. That was a good game. I give him credit for that. As a football fan, even though I was like fuck Ohio State, but as a football fan, I gotta give him that credit. I mean, and then really, and to a degree, you gotta say the same thing about Michigan. They be doing the same thing. They be getting the hype, doing good in the regular season. They get into the playoffs.
Yeah, they get smacked.
They get smacked. I mean, going all the way back when they played Florida.
Yeah.
So I don't see nothing wrong with Luho said until you prove him wrong. What you say is valid. And beating Notre Dame, what was it, 17-14 or what it was, 17? I can't remember the score. It was 17 something. We're beating them at the last second. I say that. It's not a dominant performance.
No, it wasn't.
And to me, Ryan Day hasn't proved to me that he's a excellent coach. He's a decent coach or a good coach, but he's not top tier.
He's a top-notch recruiter. I'll say that.
Yeah, he is. But he can't take.
I was waiting. Good call.
Yeah, he can't deny that man of what he does.
He's a good recruiter of receivers.
Hey, regardless of what position he recruits, he's excellent at that.
He got good receivers over there. I mean, but how much left over is that from?
No, it's been a while. It's been a while since Urban Meyer, bro.
Is it? I don't remember. I'm asking a serious question. I don't remember.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's been a minute since Urban Meyer. So I can't. I know the Michigan in you want to dig.
No. I was asking a serious question that time. I just don't really remember.
Okay, right.
Smell like a Taliban member just throwing off machine guns for no reason into the sky.
Hey,
we got dinner. Just firing away. It's just shots. Whoever it hits it in.
Yeah,
look at him with the cup too. Look at him with the cup.
Perfect timing, right? Yeah. So yeah, like come on. Yeah. Anyway, but look.
Chill out, Mel. You were losing to Rutgers for about 4 minutes.
But I mean, look, we just got to be. This is where I'm at on this situation. It was a good win. It was a tough victory. You was able to squeeze it out. But hey, Ryan Day, you almost pulled a Brandon Staley. You almost put your team in a bad situation when they went for it on that fourth down, and almost cost them the game. And we'll talk about Brandon Staley in a minute because I think he got out by his team.
Another question too is, what does that say about the hype that Notre Dame's quarterback was getting in his performance in this game?
Sam Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
why you got that looking at? What's that look about?
It's typical Notre Dame bullshit. They play a weak ass non-conference schedule, and then they look good, and then when they get in other games, they don't look good. Like USC is going to roll that team, in my opinion. Like you can talk about Lou Holtz could talk about them being more physical, but how about being smarter? How about your coaching staff not recognizing 2 plays in a row? There's 10 guys on the field.
Right.
I don't always talk about that. I can make fun of him because he coached the Jets for like 12 games in the 70s. I think it was 76. Lou Holtz coached them.
That's
wow.
What was that?
That's a little nugget a lot of people don't know.
And
then he's talked about like an all-time great. This motherfucking coach from 86 to 96. Acted like he had 30 years at the university. Come on.
Hey, the county in South Carolina days, bro.
I couldn't believe it. On the Pat McAfee show, they had Lou Holtz, Notre Dame HC, 1986 to 1996. I was like, 10 years. They talk about this guy like he's like the all-time greatest like wins leader in college football, just because of one time you were relevant.
But you also got to remember he was coaching in the midst of when the U was popping in the late 80s and early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
He able to get a couple of victories over them. And if my memory serves me correct, I think he's the last coach in Notre Dame to give them a national championship. So that's probably why they hold him to high regard. I mean, when's the last time we talked about national championship with Notre Dame? I mean, they're a school built.
The last time I cared.
Well, I mean, their school is built off a reputation, is it not? I mean,
I thought it was built off the Catholic school.
Well, I mean, they
and Rudy.
That's what I'm saying. Like Rudy. So it's like, it's synonymous with each other. But look, I'll say this. I know Marcus Freeman, the head coach of Notre Dame, probably doesn't get enough credit. But hey, we also got to remember, because Brian Kelly, to a fault, had to deal with the same thing where you get good teams that gets you 10, 11 victories is because you're just a good Catholic school. We've all been like when I was in high school, the Catholic school was always good, but they have certain requirements. They have certain requirements, especially when it comes to academic, that are so high. They're not getting Ray Ray
because Catholic Central was dominating in Michigan.
Yeah, but they're not getting Ray Ray. They not getting Nuck. They're not getting Poop. Pook ain't got the grades to go to Notre Dame. He got the skills. So Nuck gonna go to Alabama.
What school is? I'm sorry, my cousin's son goes there. He's a freshman.
Really?
And he has a picture with Lou Holtz at Saturday or Friday's festivities on campus. You know that school's enrollment is only like 8,600 kids.
Yeah, the
freshman class is 2,250 or something like that. I was shocked.
I think about the size of Duke.
Goddamn much to go there.
Well, because it's
about the same size as Duke. I know. I saw a camera indoor. I was looking like that thing is tiny.
Well, it's a private school. They can do whatever they want when it comes to they treat themselves like they're an Ivy League. They really do.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts you into another realm of getting certain athletic.
That's the only thing in South Bend anyway. Name something else in South Bend.
And not a nothing.
Thank you.
So I mean, look, you're not wrong with
probably some weird white people shit. I'll say that ain't a town where the hood is popping. That's where like church and seances are going on.
Ray not in South Bend. Ray and Gary.
Yeah, he and Gary.
He and Gary.
Ray, no, don't mess with the whites in the woods. He knows how to get over.
I'm just
like Blair Witch Project is the religion.
Hey, that's my point. So, but when you look at certain situations like Notre Dame, for them, I think they're always going to be stuck in that road where they're going to be good to compete, but they're never going to be as good talent wise with these other big schools because they have those certain restrictions when it comes to academics and certain things like that. Even to
I'm sorry, but there's no knock on Jerome Bettis. That nigga don't look like no scholar.
He got free tuition because he was a bus and just brought people to the school.
Right. How the fuck he get in?
So, you know what? I'm going to say some shit right now.
Uh-oh.
And it's funny that you mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee State, Navy, North Carolina State, Central Michigan. It's Notre Dame's 4 wins.
Really?
You know there's one college that I hate more than almost my life itself. Duke. I will say this. Duke beats Notre Dame next week.
Duke look good, though, this year.
Yeah,
they're a top 20 team.
Yeah, they look pretty good this year.
Duke does look good.
And it's Louisville, USC, Pitt, Clemson, Wake Forest, Stanford. I mean, fucking they're barely over a 500 team, in my opinion, man.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. Because, well, I mean, it's Notre Dame has always been known for that school of that recognition that comes with Rudy, comes with Lou Holtz. They talk about history and
winning for the Gipper.
Yeah, winning for the Gipper. I mean, that's part of their probably their stick that they use in recruiting. I mean, look how famous they are. Yeah. We're famous for this, famous for that. Fame can only take you so far. Brian Kelly
Catholics versus convicts. Meanwhile, the biggest convicts were the priests.
For real. For real.
Even the kids from Miami were like, "Ooh, I'm not talking to that guy. He's bad news. He's bad news."
Bad news.
They go, come on
I know
over here,
Miami
Michael
in the
Irvin.
80s was a wild place, but not as wild as the church.
Father was like, come on over here, Michael Irvin.
Mike was like, nah.
I'm good.
Yeah, their recruiting pitch was, come on, Ray, let's
Ain't
play.
no cocaine over there. I'm good.
I'm good.
You gotta play to this powder. You sure you want to come?
Right.
I'm good.
Powder and booty is our favorite thing.
As always, true to form, we got breaking news on the show.
All right, let's get it.
I am in first place in the Pick'em League.
I mean, I thought you were going to say something important.
Right.
It's funny though. I'm in the lead. We don't talk about it at all.
You try not to talk about you at all.
Yeah. That's on the minimum amount.
He's a racist waitist. He's against me because I'm white and big. You a waitist. You just don't like that people.
No, man.
I don't like you.
I mean,
I was gonna say people, but I was gonna come out wrong. So
I can't. So bring this back in. I mean,
yeah, realism.
I mean, you but no, because it's relative. Is there's certain things that if you got the cachet, you earned it. But sometimes you just can't live off a certain cachet. You actually got to start winning the big joints.
Yeah,
and to me,
I'm listening to Nick read off the schedule. Man, they ain't playing nobody. They used to play. They used to play a lot of the Big Ten schools. And then they play USC. They used to have a decent. Let me say, they've had a decent schedule. They don't play Michigan no more. So they haven't played Ohio State in a while.
Air Force.
Right.
Michigan State used to give them a run.
And Michigan State, I don't think they played them, and they played them this year either.
No, they moved to more of an ACC schedule because the basketball is in there.
Right.
And the other sports are in the ACC, but they want to stay independent because they want their NBC contract. Their television contract with NBC basically funds their whole fucking program.
Right.
So if they go join a conference with football, they lose
Kofi?
that individuality that they've created.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's one thing, because I think in football they'll stay independent forever because
Italy.
Yeah. No, because the money's too good. The money's too good from NBC. They'll always stay independent on the football side.
Right.
Yeah. Because like to Nick's point, they went ACC in basketball for sure. So that's why you see them generally play at more ACC schedule on the football side. Although they'll play Ohio State and I think or Michigan every now and then, just for the fact because in USC, because those are traditional rivalries, and you still got to have somewhat of a stricter schedule. You still got to have
$26 million a year. The school gets from NBC.
Wow.
June 27th from Sports Illustrated. Notre Dame currently receives around $26 million annually from a combination of its TV revenue from NBC and its partial ACC agreement.
Yeah, they're not going nowhere. They're not
joining a conference. You're going to join a conference. You're going to pull that to get what, 8 million, 10 million?
Right.
It's not worth it for them.
Nah. So they'll stay independent for sure. On the
That's more than I thought.
Oh no,
that's a lot of money.
Well, that's probably now, but I mean, they've had that contract for forever. So I mean,
they had it for a while.
So but no, it's like that, and this might apply.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, some people might apply this to certain teams, like Colorado Buffaloes, who took their first loss.
Good transition, sir. Good that. I like that. I'm
that was smoother than their game plan.
I hope you know what we're doing. 281 episodes. I hope we know what we're doing. So, yeah. But no, look, Colorado took their first loss. Obviously, I've been a big Prime advocate. I thought I would never see the day that I actually agreed with something that Skip Bayless said.
I'm about to get out the show now.
No, bro. You should have. I swear to God, I saw the tweet and I was like, "Wait,
I'll do it, Mel. No, I'll do it. I got this one. Get him the fuck out of here." I had to try to take our show downhill.
I had to look at the tweet again to make sure who the hell sent it.
What did he say?
So Skip Bayless said, "Yes, Deion has done a lot of talking because he's great at it, and he's trying to send a recruiting message that Colorado is the place to be. The Dan Lannings of the world are scared to death of what Deion is building, so Lanning can take his shots now while he can, but he coming. And the fact that Skip said that, I'm like, what? And I was
Skip.
I was like, whoa, I actually agree with that.
I want to hear what Nick got to say.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
We got to stop. The first notion that we have to stop is that he took a 1-win team and is winning with them. He's not. There's over 80 new kids on the team. So he didn't inherit that roster and build and coach that roster up. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. People keep saying, oh, he took a 1-win team. And okay, he's not taking that same team. He didn't inherit that same quarterback, that line. It's a whole new team. He brought his own guys with the transfer portal now. He didn't take that Colorado team and start winning with them. He brought in a whole new team. All right. Okay. He's using Colorado to be his program, right?
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that? Everyone from Jackson State thumped out. Other guys joined him. This team went to overtime at Colorado State. And a lot of us didn't even know Colorado State had a football team before that game was played. Before that coach made the comment about I didn't even know Colorado State had a football program. So you're playing overtime with double overtime, I think, with Colorado State.
Mm-hmm.
Can we pump the brakes? Like, you're not ready to compete on a level of perennial powerhouses like Oregon, like Utah, like Washington or Washington State. I think this team's got 5-6 wins.
Washington got a great quarterback.
Yeah, Penix is a beast. Penix will show you a good quarterback.
Right.
They don't have the line. They don't have the bodies. They got a lot of hype. They have athleticism. Yes, they're missing Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter ain't making that much of a difference in a 42-7 game or 42-6, whatever it ended up. There's teams and programs that have been built. There's teams and programs that have sustainable success year in and year out. And you guys know how much I loved what Deion did at Jackson State and he did for the HBCUs. But Deion, as much as he's a great role model and coaching these kids up the right way, Deion will remain loyal to Deion. And that 5-year, $30 million deal or 6 for 30 that he's got has a very, very cheap buyout. And if Nick Saban retires, which a lot of people think he might, because they got some L's coming in and he might be time for him just to go off. You don't think Alabama's going to pony up and take him right out of Colorado? You think he's going to stay at Colorado? If one of these big jobs and one of these perennial Florida State comes calling, he'll bounce from there too. So I don't want to hear about Colorado down the road because there might not be a down the road. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just let it play out. Like, listen, the kids love him. I love that part of it. I think it's fantastic that I never make it about race. I'm not going to say the one where what he's doing for the youth and how he's coaching these men up and teaching them to be men. I think is fantastic. That part I love. That part as a coach and as a father, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not act like Deion's not just loyal to Deion. Everything Deion has ever done in playing career, analyst career, and now coaching career has been based off of promotion, right? How do you try to go toe-to-toe with Oregon on Sunday? They're a better team. How do you not try to do some quick passes? Why do you leave Shedeur out there to keep getting hit like that? The game plan should have been, let's use his athleticism, get him out of the pocket, create some favorable throws, and move the ball. If you want to break it down. I just praise the guy as a coach and recruiter. Just because I don't suck his dick don't mean I'm a hater, dude. But when you look at from the schematic aspect of it, he didn't take a 1-win team, Bobby. He brought his own team in there to play. He didn't take that roster and build that roster up and coach them up and make them better. He got rid of all those guys and brought his own guys in. So stop with that, because that's an uneducated take. So they're mismatched in certain areas. And the first game, TCU had no idea what was going to hit them. And we all know TCU is perennial dog shit defense, right? They play in the Big 12 where they want 70 to 65 shootouts. How many times have we seen TCU lose a game 66-60? They got rolled, right? TCU didn't know what was coming. That game happens later in the year. Maybe it's a different situation. Nebraska's been a disappointment since Tommy Frazier in 91 or 92, whatever.
I was gonna say Turner Gill, but okay.
Okay. All right.
We splitting hairs with that one.
That's my point, right? You want to bring up Scott Frost? Okay,
right.
We'll go there. But when you look at what they're doing, I think there's very good potential.
Yeah.
But he's got to stay there for Colorado to hit it. Not Dion, not his son, not Hunter. He's got to stay there for Colorado to get the success that they eventually want. I just don't believe he's going to. So that's not a hater. That's just, I think this is a stepping stone job for him. And you're going to take some big losses until you get multiple recruiting classes.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Lamar.
And I think the hype
right.
far exceeds the substance right now.
Well, obviously it far exceeds the substance because it's only 4 games. It's only 4 games. And so my thing is that Prime is he has a following because of who he is.
Right.
There's people that follow LeBron James from team to team. They're not necessarily fans of that particular team. They're fans of LeBron James. So they go
the persona, right?
Yeah, so they follow where LeBron James goes. So there's 3 years that there's 7, 8 years they were a Cavaliers fan. There was 4 years they was a Miami Heat fan. There was a couple more years when they was a Cavaliers fan again, and now for the last 5 years they've been a Lakers fan because they follow LeBron.
Yeah. Let me take that comment from Bobby if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
A fan of the hairline. Go ahead.
I don't know anything about TCU. I don't follow TCU, but I know from the box scores they never play good defense. And even when they were going for the title and they made the Final Four last year, they were still susceptible on defense. They lost their quarterback, Duggan, and we all knew that they weren't going to be the same. But I didn't know their turnover was that high.
No, they had a turnover too. But my thing is when you are a fan of an individual and you admire what they've done, because I saw him at Trinity when he was coaching down in Texas, coaching his son down in Texas in high school. Then he went to Jackson State. I was loving what he was doing there. Would I love for him to stay longer? Of course. But situations happened. The money wasn't there. Some of the money started getting funny. He bounced, And we don't know if he would have stayed at Jackson State if they was able to pony up the money. You know what I'm saying? Had they been able to match Colorado, there's probably a chance he's probably still there. We don't know that. But the fact of the matter is we do know that they didn't come up with it because he didn't stay.
Right.
So he's in Colorado. Now, I'm not mad if he jumped ship because at the end of the day, he's doing exactly what other coaches have been doing in the NCAA, as in using one university to build their resume, to build it up, and then go to the next stop.
All right, but here's what I say to that. Well, first of all, I don't totally disagree with Nick. I know, shocker. I think that
I'm shocked.
Well, I said it from the beginning since the first game that there's some pieces that's missing on this team.
I think
the first game I seen. Huh?
And not to cut you off, Mel, but I think we've all said that have been watching.
Yeah,
they couldn't stop the run.
Couldn't stop the run. That offensive line was going to get.
Offensive line was garbage. And then we go against when they go against Oregon, which is a better team.
Oh yeah,
you're really gonna get exposed on the holes that you have. It's just
hold on, Mel. That word exposed, I'm not sure I like that word in context of this, is because we knew what the problems were. You know what I'm saying?
I use the word exposed because we knew, but as the overall rhetoric and the overall narrative was being spilled out there was like people act like they didn't know.
Well, see that, and that's I think when we need to start the conversation when we had to talk about Prime in Colorado is when you can be a fan of Prime and what he's doing, but you also can be realistic that
I mean, it reminds me of this, and this is not what the fuck I was gonna say. This reminds me of the Barack Obama thing, and I say this all the time. If you was white and you said something against Barack Obama, you was prejudiced. If you was black and you said something against Barack Obama, you was a sellout. And this reminds me of that same kind of incident with Deion. It's like you can't separate the fact that I'm a football fan who happen to like Prime and what he's doing, but at the same time, watching football, I see some holes in the game.
Oh yeah,
and I'm just pointing those out. I was at the barbershop I was at the barbershop
Look
Saturday.
at Bobby's comment. The first thing Bobby wanted to say to me was, "I'm a hater."
Yeah, but we just saying about you anyway.
Listen to everything I said. I love what he did at Jackson State.
It's unique. It's unique.
I'm not a hater though. I'm fairly assessing it. And the thing I feel bad for is the kids, because how many times do we hear this in sports? As a coach, as a leader, don't write a check your team can't cash. And if you drop a 5-6 loss season, the narrative will wear thin. The media will turn, right? Because now the media, and we all know the media in America, sports, political, whatever. The second they feel burned, they are gonna trash the shit out of you.
Yep.
And I know Deion's pumping his team up, but as much as you want to do that, you could still sell the program. You could still sell what you're doing. There was a clip that came out today where Travis Hunter texted him. Did you guys see that? Travis Hunter said, "Coach, I'm in this week. Whatever I got to do, I'm in." And he read that to the team, and they asked, "Who do you think that is?" And they're like, "Travis." He goes, "Well, here's my reply. Son, I love you too much. We're not going to risk you down the road. Someone who could change the game, someone who had more talent and possibilities than I ever had on one game. We're going to get you right so you can succeed long term." That's great. That's a great message.
Right.
That's a great message of, man, how many coaches in college sports have we seen? Fuck this kid. This kid can help me win now, help me, help my name. We'll play him. He ain't going to be here long term. Fuck him. That's great that Deion does that.
Yeah.
But when you're hyping the team so much and you get blown out, you got to be careful of people rolling their eyes when you try to do it again. And then that's,
I guess,
don't put the carriage before the horse, because you don't have the horses to pull that carriage yet.
I understand what you're saying, but think of it like this. Go ahead, Lamar. Go ahead.
We got to see who's the one that's really doing that hype. It's not necessarily Deion. Deion's 100% confident in his team because that's who he is. That's been him.
I was gonna say something too. I was gonna say something along those lines, but go ahead.
I think where a lot of the hate that's getting thrown towards Deion is because we got to always take in the media aspect of how much is getting, like, they're blowing Colorado up. They're on Fox, they're on ESPN, they're on College Game Day, they're on kickoff. I mean,
how about they blow up that stadium so they got more than 4.5 feet on the goddamn sideline? What is that about? You see that shit?
Yeah.
They dropped the first down sticks and it hit the kid in the first row. That's how close the stands are to the sideline.
They're not used to having that many people there, Nick. They're not used to having that many people there.
They nobody on that sideline. They never had 100 kids on a roster.
Right.
But trust, all the money that he's generating, they'll fix that stadium real soon. Believe that.
Oh, yeah,
but I want to speak to the other part.
Go ahead.
So the narrative about Jackson State going to Colorado, then when Nick said about Nick Saban, I can buy leaving Jackson State, going to Colorado, because, you can see that as being a stepping stone. Now you in, quote unquote, the big leagues, so to speak. But to me, I'm just saying, so to speak. I mein, you in the spotlight. You playing with better talent. Can we agree with that?
Okay. I'm just shitting on the Big 12 as an East Coast guy. That's all.
I always do too. But
Pac-10, Big 12, not really.
But here's the thing.
All offense, no defense.
Right. But here's the thing too. If he leaves Colorado to go to Alabama, then I have a problem with that.
Why?
Because my thing is, what? Okay, are you say you here for the kids, to help the kids and build the kids, and then I understand you leaving Jackson State because here's a better opportunity for you and the kids. You can bring those kids that like you did from Jackson State to play with better towns to see where you are. That could be your litmus test. Okay, can you compete with the best of the best?
But how many of those kids are making it at Alabama? From Jackson State to Colorado, 1-win team. Yes, it's a massive talent upgrade with a lot of the players he brought in. But to go to Colorado to Alabama,
I think a
lot of feelings will get hurt, right?
Being in a Power 5, you can attract a whole lot of people coming to Colorado that you can flip. A lot of them players coming to Alabama, coming to Georgia. You can flip those players. And it's easier to flip them coming there than to flip them going to Jackson State. It's no knocking against Jackson State, but that's just facts.
Yeah,
it's easy to flip them going to. It's easy to sell Colorado because you have alumni, you have all these other things that got money. You got money behind you. With Jackson State, you saying, can you bring your kid and a couple of sandwiches because we need to help feed them. You know what I'm saying? You got all these other things that you have to bring with you. And it's not, I'm just saying, it's no knock.
No, that's not. That's some real shit, though.
That's some real shit. For real. I went to HBCU.
I did too, bro.
And like the old part they had.
Did not. I would say I did not.
The old part they had in the dorm didn't have air conditioning. It's hot as hell in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And no air conditioning?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we paid, I think I paid 30 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no air conditioning? That's crazy.
Yeah. I paid 20 grand and I had a condemned dorm room right next to mine.
So my thing is, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So you had those conditions that it's easy for me to tell you, hey, we got wonderful training facilities. We got top of the line food. It's easy to sell that to a player, especially sitting in the living room of a player who happened to be white, but he's just in top of his state. He's a 5-star recruit.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, now let's think about it. Just be honest. You might like Deion, be a fan of Deion because it's talent, no matter what color you are. But if you are a parent who happen to know him but don't know him, and he come to you and say, hey, I want you to go to Jackson, Mississippi. I want you to bring your kid down to Jackson, Mississippi to these conditions.
Voluntarily? That would be
right. Versus saying, I want you, and I gotta keep iterating this because people get in the comments and not understanding what my point. Versus going to Colorado.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have a better sale.
Yeah.
I don't see any difference besides the obvious between Colorado and Alabama as far as what you have as opportunity. Colorado will back you in the money. You know what I'm saying? They'll back you in a lot of stuff. So I think if he leaves Colorado, especially quick, now if he's been there for 5-6 years, that's a whole different thing. But if you he turn around next year and next season retires, he goes to Alabama, I got a problem with that. Because you ain't even finished what you can't tell me. Oh, God told me. I said, you listen to the damn devil. That ain't God. Because ain't no way you gonna tell me he gonna send you somebody gonna send you somewhere to build men, and then next year you go somewhere else. Yo, you can't tell me it's finished. It's not finished. You can't tell me that.
Mel, let's be fair. Deion has always been up front. He said, I always gotta make sure that my pockets is right. He's always been right about that.
I understand that when you're in Jackson State.
More money now in a 5-year contract in Colorado than I think he made as an NFL
player. Right. I can understand that in Jackson State, but you in Colorado, your pockets would be right, bro.
Yeah, no,
Colorado will have the funds to match something. It's a matter of if he wants to, and I'll respect the hell out of him. I'll eat the crow if it happens. If he plants his feet in the sand and says, "This is my program. This is where I'm at. This is where my family we came to. We're gonna stay here."
Imagine, look at it like this.
If he shuns Florida State, if he shuns Alabama and goes to Colorado and goes, "Listen, I'm getting offers. Let's redo the contract and I'm yours. Otherwise, I'm gonna take the buyout."
I say this too. You have what's a better storyline? You at Colorado and you getting out of the mud from Colorado, who had a 1 win year
season before you got there,
and then you turn them in 2 or 3 years, and you turn them into now they're a winning program. I ain't even talking about national championship; they're a winning program.
Yeah, well,
that's a better story.
Right now, they're a winning program. He got 3 wins to 1.
Well, in a technical sense, they are.
It's an upgrade, but I think that everybody who expects the hysteria and competing for a national championship,
right?
Slow down. Let them build it, right? Like just that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, let
him do his thing. Let him get a class or 2 in there and build a program. Like it's a nice little story, but it's not a national hysteria.
Well, yeah, I'm with you because those same people that are doing it, they're not really watching the product and could have told you that this is not a national championship winning team. I knew
people were laughing that they were getting 21. People were offended that they were getting 21 in the spread. And like, what the hell is Vegas doing? Are they not watching? That's people who don't get it. They don't.
Vegas was being generous. No, because look, I had no expectations that Colorado was even going to win that game. I was just hoping that they would at least compete,
right?
And we didn't even get that. And because it's when like Mel said, when you're watching this, you got to be. It's okay to big up Deion and love what he's doing and love the character and love him. Being A1 for the kids and and wanting to make them some boys turn into a men. I love it. I love all the story. My thing is that you also got to be realistic on the situation, because he was able to win in Jackson State with the talent that he was able to bring in, because his team was far and above talented than most other teams he was going to face in the SWAC. But this is Pac-12, where yes, compared to your Big Ten, your SEC is not at the top of the level, but they're at the top of the actual food chain level of college football. Pac-12, look, Oregon, they may get smacked by a Big Ten or an SEC team, but guess what? They know how to run the Pac-12. USC knows how to run the Pac-12. You know, it's now you get these cats back to back. Hey, I know Travis Hunter want to be there, but Deion's doing right by you. I don't want to lose you for the, foreseeable future or mess up your career for one game. So hey, big ups to that. But I just hate how the media turns it on to Prime like he's the one that asked for this when he's just being himself. He's being. Oh,
yeah, I mean, I understand that too. I think I agree with you on that. I mean, you watch this man go from Florida State to the NFL. He hasn't changed.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now he's being who he always is. Everybody, well, he's this, he's that. I don't understand why that's how he always been.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed. So you got
this guy that walked into the room with the Giants and said, "When are you picking?" They're like 7th. I go, "I ain't gonna be there."
Right.
Walked out of the meeting. When did you take the meeting with them? Can you imagine if that happened today? Actually, I got the audio if you guys want to hear it from Deion to the team. Let me get the volume up. Oh, little IG slot popped in there by accident.
Oh Lord.
I need to play this week. We need to get everything we can so I can get back on the field. I'm not taking no answer. Who do you think's in me there? You know that. Because what? No, you ain't ready, and I care about you more than I care about this game. You're going to change the game of football one day when you're healthy and ready. Future is brighter than mine ever will be and ever was. Relax and get healthy. I love you, son. That was the conversation.
That's good shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's good shit, because there are a lot of people in the coaching, collegiate professional sports is a cutthroat business, right?
Correct.
And we all know that there are people who will take the sacrificial lamb of a child, of a young man, and throw it to the wolves for their own benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Coach K. I'm kidding, not Coach K, but I gotta take a jab at this. But there are people out there who don't care about the kid, who don't care about the young man, who don't care about their career. We've seen a lot of movies where like just inject the knee, put him back in there. It's Varsity Blues. Chill out, bro. Right. So I mean, I love Deion for that. So I'm not a hater. I just wish that let them build their substance, and then they'll get all the flash they deserve. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Let's pump it a little bit. I think these next, this 7-8 day span of Oregon and USC will let people. All right, they got work to do. It was a cool, fun story, and there's something there, but it takes a while.
Okay. But let's kind of change the conversation and look at it from the opposite side of when it comes to the opposing coaches. When you're dealing with Prime, because here's an interesting quote from Keyshawn on Undisputed today.
This is his first year at the Power 5 level. This is his first year. They're 3-1. We can't sit up here and act like it's all doomed. It's over with. They'll never win another game. That's not true. They played against an Oregon team that is better. There's a better football team.
Bo Nix played.
You mentioned
Bo Nix played well.
You were talking about the jealousy and the way picking these coaches and how Deion got there. This is interesting. You said that. I didn't want to interrupt you. I wanted to let you finish. So I spoke to somebody in the coaching fraternity right after the game, and they know some people that coach at Oregon, and they was telling me, they said, "Man, I've never heard from another assistant coach of how much information was being given to that staff about." No, I'm being real with it. Yeah. About game planning against Colorado, so they can beat them.
For everybody.
That everybody was stacked. They was
Stacking.
That's the reality of it. I ain't making this up.
No.
I ain't gonna disclose no names, but y'all know who I'm talking about if you watch it. So,
right here.
you know.
All right.
Think about that, fellas. I mean,
Good. No, I say that for real. Good. Let him do that. You know what I'm saying? And when he get better players in there, and he get better recruits and get a better team in there, he can circle back to that fact and say, now look at me. You know, you tried all you could to stop me. Now look at me.
Yeah, but
what's Coach Robert Saleh of the Jets say? You ain't got haters, you ain't popping.
Right, there you go.
It's my weekly hip hop reference.
but my thing is like, to me, that's overkill. Because if you know football, you don't need that overkill.
But you know that Lamar, that lets you know how much we get, how much respect you have of your good, how good, you know, how people respect how good you are. They want to beat you so bad.
That's true.
Look, think about Jordan. People hated Jordan because he was good.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with Jordan's attitude. Because he was good, people hated Jordan.
Yeah.
So my thing is, that's good. Let me know that he's on the right track.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it coming.
And I'll say this: if that's what's going on, then hey, like you said, that does speak to how much respect that he's garnered.
Because when next year,
oh yeah,
and you try to get recruit A to come to Oregon, and he goes to Colorado,
yeah,
I'll be doing like this.
Oh, what a piece of shit Mac Jones is. There's a different angle of him punching Gardner in the balls.
Oh, that's what I was talking about.
What a
we'll get to that, Nick. We'll get to that.
Oh no. You are right, Bobby G. He also is an asshole.
Yeah, he is, but I'm just saying,
Hey,
I'm saying, but only people who actually know Jordan knows that. We don't know that as fans.
Yeah, but come on, we are good. We are good judgment.
I mean, we can have an assumption, but we don't know as fans. Most people hate him because he's good.
Okay, yeah, I'm saying, yes, it's based off of assumptions because obviously I never met Michael Jordan, but
right.
I'm just saying, and you know, we're good.
I mean, Nick's an asshole. We just hate him because he's an asshole. Ain't got nothing being good.
You always told me it's because I was white.
Yeah, well, that's too.
My bad. Off air conversation. Let me say this about it.
Go ahead.
Insecurity and intimidation make people do some crazy shit.
That's facts. That's facts, Nick.
That's all.
No,
and now it's going to make people do things out of character because of what? They're going to want to start getting their voice and their personas out there because you're going to see Deion's. And a lot of youth are going to relate to Deion, the social media aspect, the putting out the viral videos.
Right.
Today's youth relates to that. They don't relate to a Bobby Bowden, a Joe Paterno. You need me more than I need you, and we're gonna do things for you. That shit's done. Now you gotta be like,
go see the trainer so he can rape you.
It's an NIL era. Deion's perfect for the NIL area. I missed what you said, and I'm glad I did.
Please.
It's an NIL era now where these kids can make money and it's not under the table, right?
Right.
How can you promote me? How can you get more money on my table for my family? How can you help me? My grandmother raised me. How can you help me support her now instead of waiting 3 or 4 years and maybe my leg blows and I don't make it to the league?
Yeah. Right.
So now there's a new recruiting aspect that we've never had before in college sports. It's not just selling me on the field. Can you sell me off of it?
Relatability.
Deion Sanders going on and doing an interview and saying your name. That's worth something, right?
Right.
I don't even know the Oregon coach's name.
Yeah, Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning.
Hanning, yeah.
And I'll say this, Dan Lanning, hey, go ahead and chirp. You won.
Yeah, you won.
Chirp. Go ahead. But no, because that's another aspect of it is I think a lot of people are trying to jump on Dan Lanning's fault, jump on him because he's boasted. I mean, so what? I mean, trust me, he's been on the other
agree with
end.
that, Bobby G.
He's been on the other ends of ass whoopings. You know, Obviously, he didn't have the same tone when Georgia stomped Oregon's ass. He didn't have the same tone, but he know what the situation is. He knows of the publicity and the cameramanship and the showmanship that comes with playing Colorado this year. He leaned into it. I'm not mad at him. For what? I'm not mad at Jay Norvell from Colorado State from leaning into it.
I'm mad at him.
Nobody knew of Colorado State. Obviously, I'm a big college football fan. I'm Dale too. You know, I
remember it from the game, the college football game.
Colorado and Colorado State used to play in Mile High Stadium all the time, Denver, in Invesco Field. That was their yearly rivalry game. So Jay Norvell leaned into it. And there comes a point in time where every coach in particular knows, hey man, we got Colorado on the schedule this year. You know what the hoopla is coming with. It's all right if we lean into it a little bit. It's part of the territory. So I'm not mad at any opposing coach for leaning into it, because the criticism, whether positive or negative, is still going to come regardless. So my thing is hey man, everybody's on their WWE build my character career right now. Shine, get your paper. Just remember, the kids need their paper too. That's all I'm saying. they the real content, because they the real content. At the end of the day, they are the ones that are on the field. So if we're gonna have all this money being made, just let's remember who's the true content. That's
who's making the money. The money maker. I mean, who's
the money makers? All right. So let's move this off into the NFL. Man, had a crazy week 3. I actually want to start with your Jets, big homie Nick. Because just hear me out. Just hear me out, because this is 2 weeks in a row that I watched the Jets game. It was in my market, and it was Patriots.
Oh, really? Jets game's your market?
Well, for some reason on CBS it was. Because
CBS had the A team there.
Yeah, and we also didn't have we had a 4:00 game.
Okay.
So that was the 1:00 game over here, 12 o'clock over here. And I get it. You're not happy about Zach Wilson's play, and does he deserve some blame? Of course, he deserves some blame. But I gotta talk about Hackett though. Like, some of this play calling is ridiculous. It's trash. It's absolutely abysmal. It's downright. Thank you. It's predictable as hell, and people are looking at Zach Wilson to make
AP
in the passing game. And I'm like, bro, your play calling is so predictable. They're getting locked down. Did you not think Bill Belichick was going to have your number? Come on, we're talking about Bill Belichick in defense. That's like Jamel and Roofies. It's like Bill Cosby and Pudding. It's like R. Kelly and never mind.
R. Kelly and Piss.
You get what I'm saying?
Anonymous.
Ham and Burger, Cool and Aid, all goes together.
This motherfucker say Cool and Aid.
Yes, man, Cool and Aid, Cool in the Gang, whatever cool you want to roll with.
Cool and Aid.
Say that the show's never been blacker. He was like Barb and Q.
He's from Kansas City.
Hey, barbecues. Hey, I'm just saying, Tina Marie and Rick James, it all goes together. So my
thing like, ice in the backhand.
Hey,
see, Ant, we were trying not to go there, Ant. We were trying not to go there.
See, we weren't doing that, Ant. We weren't doing that. See? But the fact of the matter is when you sit there and you literally give this man no kind of creative with your play calling, and we see that the offensive line is struggling. Come on, you got to help him out. Yeah. You got to help him out. You got to help Zach Wilson out. This 2 weeks in a row.
There yesterday. Yeah,
this is 2 weeks in a row that he's been hunging Zach Wilson out to dry against two defenses, against the Cowboys defense, which is a good damn defense, and you hang him out to dry against the Patriots, which was another good damn defense with Belichick.
The best drive of the game was the drive we went down and scored the touchdown, because they stopped babying him and he was driving the ball downfield, and let the kid throw.
Let him rip
for the
it.
First three quarters and 4 minutes to the 9-minute mark in the fourth quarter. it was checkdowns. He wasn't even looking downfield. Like that has everyone in Jet World believing he's being coached to check it down and not drive it downfield. Take the handcuffs off.
Thank you.
We're losing as is.
Yes.
If we're gonna lose, let the kid air it out. Maybe the kid has something. Like there was a play we ran yesterday. Had to be the third quarter where fake the handoff to the left, boots out, hits CJ Uzoma. CJ gets a first down. I was shocked. I'm like, oh, cool. We're introducing bootlegs. Never ran a waggle, roll out, nothing. Like Zach Wilson is not a quarterback who's going to stand in the pocket and beat you. Zach Wilson's highlights in his career have been out of the pocket, on the move, the point to Corey Davis, the big pass to Garrett Wilson last year in the Patriots game where he threw for like 340 against the Patriots. A lot of his plays are out of the pocket. Now, when you start doing that, domino effect of positivity, right? The linebackers back off. You're not going to have one safety high. Well, you got one safety high and you got Garrett Wilson, throw one up. Maybe you get a pass interference out of respect for Garrett Wilson. Maybe you catch it. Maybe he catches it and does some freaky move and breaks 180 yards for a touchdown. Take a chance. We're losing as is. You got everyone saying that now they want coaches fired because they're playing Zach. If you're going to play a quarterback, don't handcuff him because you shouldn't be playing him if you have to handcuff him. That's my take. There was a play we came in yesterday, and I was there, as you guys know. They came in after a punt or a kickoff with 3 tight ends and Randall Cobb as the sole wide receiver. And I'm yelling, all right, just tell everybody it's a run because you're not throwing out of that formation. 1 yard gain. The running game can't get going because they don't respect your passing game.
Nope.
How about play action on first down? How about you stop everybody from just run blitzing and covering every gap? You got to have the threat of the pass in the NFL or your run game will be dead. It used to be use the run to set up the pass, but now you use the pass to set up the run. You got to back them off. You got to get the linebackers to freeze. You can't let them all play downhill because you ain't going to get nothing going.
Nothing.
Use some misdirection. And why do we bring in McCole Hardman? How about a shuffle pass, a jet sweep? Do something to get the ball in this guy's hand. Why the fuck is Randall Cobb out there? Randall Cobb runs like me it is at this age. But bro, it's a shame. His defense does not give up much. And I know they looked bad, but we've given up 15 points. My buddy, the Buffalo Jet fan, came out with a stat today that if we would score the league average 23 points in every game, in our last 18 games, we would be 15-3.
It's crazy.
The league average, not 35 a game, just median. We'd be 15-3. That's how good this defense is.
Now the defense is good, and obviously they're going to get a lot of smack because they're just on the field a lot. I mean that's not their fault.
They're getting worn out, and then they're going to wear it down. And
I didn't mean to get you riled up, but I just saw that and I was just irritated that all this talk is blame Zach Wilson, and I'm looking at 2 games in a row where I'm like, it's so predictable. This offense you're handcuffing the hell out of him. You're not letting him rip it.
It looks like coaching, right? It looks like they're saying don't throw it downfield, don't throw an interception. Maybe we'll give you a drive in the fourth quarter and we can win. As bad as we were, we had the ball 3 times in the last 3.5 minutes. That's how bad New England's offense is.
Yeah.
We had a chance if Randall Cobb lunges.
Oh, yeah, on the Hail Mary.
Hail Mary, and we win. We win a 16-15 game where they're saying that not every offense is going to be as bad as the Patriots. Like, you're going to have to create touchdowns. Like, one touchdown offensively in each of the 3 games is nowhere near enough to win this league. Newsflash, you got KC coming in Sunday night, which I got to go stand through that bullshit. Then we go to Denver. And then you got Philly coming in. You're going to have to score some points.
Well, you could beat
15, 10, 13 ain't going to do it.
All right, Denver is the hold down the street.
You could beat
everybody running through that.
Speaking of Denver,
let me ask Nick something because I was watching your boy Jeremy the other day, and he was calling for Salah to be fired. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Now.
I told him in text, I go, you got to calm down.
I was like, fire?
You're not firing Salah. You're not firing Joe Douglas because this team, we didn't go into this season saying Zach Wilson's our guy. We're going to stick with Zach. We fixed him. No, we lost Rodgers 4 plays into the season. We all knew the season was over the minute that happened. Yeah, it was a cool, fun thing to do to beat Buffalo the way we did on a really emotional night. But this whole season was built on Rodgers, and it's gone. You can blame coach for that. You can blame GM for that. That's an overreactive panic take, and I told him that too. He texted me yesterday, same old chats. I was like, "Oh, that's an original take, Jerry." He said, "Well, it's true." I'm like, "All right, buddy. I'll talk tomorrow." I'm not dealing with it. I love him, but there's too many people that
to a certain point, you got to you got to move on and realize what you got in the building because there's no option right now that's going to get you nowhere close to what Aaron Rodgers could.
Oh no.
Nobody's giving up their backup.
I hate to say this.
That's a problem for them.
I hate to say this because after KC, Denver Eagles, we can be in a lot of games. I said yesterday, that's what the Jets will do. The Jets will be 1-5 at the bye and come out and win 6 games in the second half and go from having a top 3 pick where they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. to team up with Garrett Wilson or get the top tackle in the league or take a quarterback. I know how much Rodgers hates taking a quarterback because we'd be in a win now mode at him at 40, right? But
you in a win now.
Plan on drafting there again.
You were in a win now mode this year.
Yeah. Well, if Mahomes goes down, you guys aren't the same. But Jalen Hurts goes down. Like any of these quarterbacks go down, your team is not the same. Oh, no, it's not like it's already established and you were 8-3, and now you can weather the storm and sneak in at a wild card. 4 plays into the season, it was derailed before he didn't complete a fucking pass.
Right.
Oh, hey, I'm with you. So I mean, it's just
that. You got a quarterback. Shut up. You ain't with me.
I'm talking about. I agree with your theory on what's going on with the Jets because I just watching 2 games back to back in a row because they were in my market as a national game. I can't put all the blame on Zach Wilson. I just can't. Like you got to look at the situation and how the situation is going down, and it's just not good. But on the flip side of that Patriots Jets game, as I said off air, Sauce Gardner had to post something on Twitter showing his innocence of why he shoved Mac Jones, and then you got other angles where Mac Jones come up and just gave him a little tappy tap on Mr. Woody. So Detroit Mail, I'm starting to see a pattern when it comes to Mac Jones. He like playing with other man's junks and genitals. Because remember when they was in Carolina, he slid and kicked the linebacker and straightened his nuts.
Hey man,
or did it to the
losers do.
Did it to the Bears guy in New England last year. I'm seeing a trend with old boy. He kind of look dirty.
He might be a fudge packet.
That's why this motherfucker got 2 delayed games yesterday under center. He was sitting there holding it for too long.
Right. It's so warm under here.
I'm seeing a trend, dog.
Yeah, man. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. Why? It's just, to me, it could be out of frustration because he ain't doing good. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why would you do it. I mean, there's no reason behind it.
That is some punk ass shit.
Yeah.
Just call it what it is.
Spoiled punk ass bitch. That there's no other way. You do that to another man. That's some low life shit. And if I'm in that locker room, I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna put my hand on his throat and be like, "Why would you do something like that to another man?" And then I'd punch him as hard as I could right there and let him fucking feel it.
I mean, you were into that. Wait till we get off the field. You know what I'm saying? This is not the time to play for that, man.
I mean, the Village ain't that far. Village only like a 20-minute cab ride. Go have
down there. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing down there. This is not what this is for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not the time, not the place.
I hope everyone's allowed to tee off on him.
I just think, but because here's my thing. They want to hold other positions Oh, okay. Before we do that, AP, what free agent quarterback is out there that's worth the damn bringing in right now?
Right. Aaron Rodgers.
Come on.
Free agent, dumbass.
I mean,
yesterday a report came out from Jay Glazer, Carson Wentz, and Matt Ryan, two guys who are immobile, two guys who had their worst touchdown to interception ratios last year, two guys who don't know our scheme, two guys who've never been coached by Hackett. You know, it's one's in the booth doing games, and the other one, no. Like, why?
That makes sense.
First of all, Carson Wentz. That's all you need to know. I think
put on Twitter, I was like, that's asking me, and ironically, with the Mac Jones thing we just talked about, I was like, that's asking me if you want to get kicked in the dick or punched in the dick, because either way, I'm dropping to my knees in pain.
There you go.
No, it's either one of them. Listen, I'll be real. I would rather compete, lose tight games, get a top pick, and add Afumaway, the tackle from Penn State. Forgive me if I am saying the name wrong. Forgive me for saying it wrong. Or Alt from Notre Dame, or go get Marvin Harrison Jr. if you're that high. But I don't think we'll be that high.
Yeah.
I think you can go get an elite tackle because Dwayne Brown's done. Tomlinson at left guard is done. McGovern is an old center. Right now, Becton's a free agent. You got Tittman and you got Vera Tucker. If you're going to put Rodgers out there, you need very good bodies out in front of him.
Oh, you tanking now?
I'm not tanking, Anthony. I just think that
competitive tanking.
I just don't think that we're good enough to win games with this quarterback. There's a difference. Tanking to me is a team that's capable of winning and losing games intentionally. I don't think Matt Ryan or Carson Wentz move the win needle. That's why they're not fucking signed by anybody else.
Correct.
That's because your team is dumb enough to trade for Carson Wentz. Doesn't mean other teams should be dumb enough to sign him. I need a fucking blood pressure.
Hey, you know what? No, AP, I need you to hear this. I am not drinking the damn Washington Commanders Kool-Aid. No damn mo. Had me thinking.
No way, no how,
Not even doing it. I'm over here.
That's why you stick to grape and stuff. You don't do that red stuff.
I got them on the upset pick of the week, and they over here getting drugged by Buffalo.
Why
don't you sign Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan because you can't score a goddamn touchdown
with damn Sam Howell over there
on a team that the Jets beat? By the way,
he over here forgetting that his team wears burgundy. And like, come on, 4 interceptions, dog.
Sir, that's maroon.
Burgundy, maroon, whatever. The people he was throwing it to weren't wearing the same shit he was, whether it was maroon or burgundy. That's what I do know.
First of all, why do you think they will be?
So y'all was 2-0. Y'all over there playing a fraudulent 2-0. Over there, I'm over here thinking you gonna have a one of them kind of little markers you go back to, be like, hey, this was our crucial game, man. Right. This set the tone for our season. Nah, man, y'all over here playing boo boo the fool. So
these cars Kool-Aid taste sweet too. No,
did you see my comment yesterday? I haven't seen Cowboys fans this disappointed in Arizona since Emmitt Smith wore a Cardinals jersey.
hey, I'm sorry, y'all. When you lose to a team that is actually tanking, because they are just terrible.
But what I say, bro? What did I say?
Their head coach. That was them scoring.
I said at the beginning of the year we was talking about the Cowboys. I said the defense is good, but they still got Dak and Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
And Dak became Dak.
And all you Cowboys fans, let's kill the excuses, because I know what you're gonna say. Oh, Trayvon Diggs, he was hurt, didn't have him.
We were emotionally upset. The defense was destroyed because he got
then
hurt.
You are not strong enough to be a champion.
He lost a couple of guys on the offensive line.
God damn, Mel, that's the best thing you've ever said on the show. Say it again.
Then you're not strong enough to be a champion.
You have to be able to overcome adversity.
One player?
Second in this league. And you got a guy hurt on Friday, and you're saying
one player.
He got hurt.
Bruh. Ain't no excuses, bruh. I ain't even trying to hear him. That's why I say I'm killing y'all little excuse point right here about the injuries. I ain't trying to hear it. Every team got injuries. You know who got the 49ers are probably one of the most injured teams in the last 5 years. Detroit Lions.
The Lions got like 8 players missing.
But well, y'all's cause of gambling. They necessarily.
No, that's just one for gambling. The rest of them were hurt.
But 49ers are hurt.
They got hurt because they didn't pay their gambling debts.
Yeah. You owe somebody.
Give that money, motherfucker.
So you should never be doing that and beating another black man.
What? So I ain't trying to hear the injury thing is because you talk about the 49ers who really
that's some bullshit.
are injured every year. And they've been to the NFC Championship game, 3 years of the last 4 years? I ain't trying to hear this injury shit.
The New York Jets lost Aaron Rodgers on the 4th snap and overcame adversity and won that game. In the most deflating injury we've seen on national television, 4 plays into the season, and they came out in the second half and won. Don't give me that. That's just saying that's Cowboys fans making excuses of what we already know. You are hype and not good enough to win on a consistent basis. You're not even good enough to win your division.
That showed me something. That's a terrible loss. We talking about the Bishop Sycamore of the NFL, a team that we don't even know if it really is or not. Because we don't know if they really exist or not. We see that they got the jerseys. We see they got a stadium, but is that a real football team?
Is that a real city they from?
Nah, I love it.
The Cowboys will do what the Cowboys always do. We said in the preseason, we said it for the last several seasons, probably for the last 30, right?
Right.
They will win games and look unstoppable.
That's good. That was good.
That's bullshit, man. I wish I lasted that long. He got hurt like 4 minutes into the game. Kudos to respect for lasting that long, sir.
That's a record.
Yeah. I see.
I'm usually calling her the Uber by then.
Damn. But I mean, come on, man. Like we talking about a team that shouldn't even if with those
Bobby, we're gonna roast the shit out of them.
We're gonna get on with them
We're
in a
gonna
minute.
roast the shit out of them.
Even with those injuries, your team is still good enough to beat the Cardinals. I don't want to
should be on paper.
No, not just on paper. This is on field. Regardless of Trayvon Diggs is not there. You missing
you went on film yesterday.
I get it, but there's a couple of offensive linemen. I get it. I ain't trying to hear it. You are still capable and more talented than the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
I could have coached the Cowboys to a victory. I could have coached them to a victory yesterday.
I know who can't.
There's 5 minutes left in the game. You're at the 20-yard line. You call 3-4 run plays in a row. And even the announcers, they just ran over 2 minutes off the clock running 4 plays. You're down 12. You need 2 scores.
Mike McCarthy.
My voice just cracked. I'm sorry. I was yelling.
Mike McCarthy doing Mike McCarthy shit.
And Dak doing Dak shit too.
I'm getting him next. It's a package deal, sir. It's a package deal.
Hey, man, that defense has been covering a lot of issues. That defense has been covering a lot of issues with the Cowboys. Because at the end of the day, the 2 main issues that we've all been saying and we are still talking about right now are Dak, Mike McCarthy, and they're still there.
Still there.
Yeah.
Who was at the top of some? But they ain't gonna miss Kellen Winslow, Mike McCarthy calling plays. Who said that? Somebody said that on our show.
Oh, Flo. I don't trust me.
Make sure we if we go back on it again, I will be mentioning that.
This is my thing. Because the Cowboys fans who never been Kellen Moore fans, the Chargers are having no problem scoring. They can't stop a nosebleed. That's a totally different thing. What's going on? So Kellen Moore looking like he's doing fine with them, but that offense hasn't been scoring. That's been defense and special teams.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not fake the funk. Don't act like y'all don't miss Kellen Moore. Come on, let's stop the foolishness. Y'all do.
I'm loving every minute of it.
You got rid of a coordinator that had your offense in the top 5 on a consistent basis. At least 3 out of the last 4 years. So let's call it what it is.
I mean, you in the Pop Warner, that's a problem. For real.
The Pop Warner All-Stars.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
So I mean, it's come on. See, but the thing is, people can slow down Michael Parsons. It's just that they're not the smartest of coaches. Like I said, Nathaniel Hackett should have made sure that he should have got some chips on Michael Parsons last week instead of having him go 1-on-1 with Dwayne Brown with a jacked up shoulder.
Right.
So that was
the fat kid.
They did that. You think about it though, they had a good scheme. When Michael Parsons lined up on one side, they ran the other way. Then he moved on the other side, they went the other way. They just kept moving away from him, chipping him a little bit, run away from him, slow him down.
Like it's the old Lawrence Taylor adage, right? Like guys with speed like that, sometimes you're better off going right at them instead of letting them chase the play from behind.
Right. So they had a good game plan for him.
Like it was. Listen, I took the Cowboys in a survivor pool. I thought that was the pick of the week. The lady who we were in it together, she's like, "You want to take Kansas City?" I was like, "Yeah, let's wait on Kansas City. Let's take Dallas now and get them out of the way because I don't trust them."
I'm out the way. But I mean, hey, that was a very embarrassing loss for you guys. I don't care what nobody say. I know we talking about Mike McCarthy and his coaching, but this Brandon Staley guy is
he's an oddity, right?
Look, you got the win, but come on, you were up. He was up in the game, and it was on like their own 20-something, 22-yard line or something like that, and he goes for it on 4th down. You're up. All you got to do is kick it, make the Vikings go a long field and just hold them down because they needed a touchdown. Like, bro, like you're trying to give it away? You trying to give away the game?
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
You gotta stay true to
We'll bring back an old segment we used to do on the show where I pretend to be someone. Mark, go ahead, interview me. I'll be Staley.
Hey, Brandon Staley. So, what exactly were you thinking in that moment where you were deep in your own territory and you had the lead, and all you had to do was play defense on 4th down? What exactly was your thought process there, Brandon Staley?
How the fuck do I still have this job? Do they see what I do? Did you watch the playoffs last year? Thank you. This segment's been brought to you by Nick.
I mean, my thing is, it's like, bro, like
you sponsored by Posner and Dr. Lovely.
Motherfucker is trying to get his ass up out of there. Like I don't understand. Like, there's a difference between having, calculated risk, because we talked about this last week, man. Calculated risk and just being reckless. And he's 4 times and not reckless as hell. Because there's no way. Look, and I get it. The defense has been struggling, but hey, this is you don't deliberately try to hand the game over. You got lucky that the pass got tipped and you intercepted it. Because otherwise,
but at the same time, why is the defense struggling? I mean, you got pieces on defense. It's like you got a crappy defense.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You got pieces on that defense. It shouldn't be struggling like the way it is.
Hey, Brandon Staley. Hey, as a Chief fan, you can stay there for the next 10 years, bro.
And then I'm looking at the GM, I'm looking at the owners. Like, why you still got to make? He got pictures of y'all doing something. I mean, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? I'm not understanding.
Blackmail.
For real, man. It's like, what's going on? That doesn't make any sense.
You remember what I got.
Right.
You remember what I got.
It just doesn't make any sense, man. It's like,
damn, Mars, is that your foreplay move? Yeah.
Hey, you got to remind them, motherfucker. Hey, don't remember. You forgot what I got.
Be able to get them draws. Remember what I got.
Your ass is mine.
Right.
Mel's going to line. No pills, no thrills.
It's either blackmail or the drugs. Which one you want?
So it's like yo, like come on, man, Brandon Staley. I don't know how the hell he continues to have his job. Like that shit is wild. Yeah, AP upset. I would call it an upset coach going into Baltimore getting that win.
Bruh, the coach tried to give them the game. Yeah, they tried to give them the game several times, not just once, several times.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
I mean, Baltimore's beat up as hell, and that's not any excuse, but they're they're beat up. Like
Lamar threw a couple of bad throws. All they had to do was convert that last time. Convert. That's all they had to do is convert.
I'm shocked. Lamar had bad throws. I'm shocked.
I'm like,
it's been the story of his career, though. Right?
All you had to do is convert, bro.
He's got to throw.
Yeah, but the thing is, Nick, he was throwing pretty decent throughout the game. It's like when it came, it's like all you had to do is convert.
I mean, he had 20 completions for 20 yards.
I'm like, come on, man.
Zay Flowers had 8 catches for 48 yards. That's 6 a catch. His long was 8 yards.
Yeah.
Like you get 8 catches in the NFL. It's usually like 130, 140 yard day, right?
Right.
No,
You're gonna break 1. Your long was 8. That offense is
it's stale. The offense is stale, man. It just
that's my point.
It's very stale. I mean, I think if you look at it from past Lamar, it didn't like they had no kind of fluidity to it. The play calling looked kind of like very vanilla. It just didn't look fluid. You know, you looking at them, I was like, this the play y'all calling? It was like it's like 3 and out, you know, couple slants here, couple of track routes. I'm like, and then once or twice he take a shot.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Gotta open up the playbook.
And then like Lamar decides to run at the wrong times. It's like, bro, why you running now? Throw the ball.
Because I think he got frustrated because he's like, they're not letting me.
I don't know, man. I was frustrated looking at it.
Him and Monken aren't on the same page right now.
I was frustrated looking at it, bro.
But it's multiple coordinators now. We had to hear that it was the previous one, and now it's this guy was brought in, and Lamar is going to be a great passer with that. Like when do we point the finger at Lamar?
Oh, I'm not saying it's all on the coordinator. I'm just saying, but when you look at it from the eye test from this game, I'm talking about this game, because no, I ain't really gotta go back and look at other games, but I'm just the one that's fresh in my mind. It just looks so stale and vanilla. Now, was Lamar part of the problem? Yeah, he was. He made some bad throws. Bad throws.
Yeah, he gets played.
So I'm not saying it's all on the coordinator, but at the same time, it's like it's a difference between you can see some good players being called, and that quarterback is just jacking up the way they playing. It's like it was both.
Yeah.
Maybe Lamar got to shit his pants more often, because the one time he shit his pants, he came in and threw some deep touchdowns to Hollywood Brown, and they won.
And that's the thing, though, Nick. You'll see him do
touchdown to Hollywood Brown the day he shit his pants. Cost me a fantasy football playoff. I was like, I'm going to win this shit. All of a sudden, he dumped one to Hollywood Brown. I'm like, he dumped in his pants, and then he dumped one to Hollywood Brown.
You know the crazy thing about watching Lamar's career? They'll do this. They'll let somebody like the Colts beat them, and then turn around and beat the Chiefs, or turn around and beat a team. It's like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's the Colts thing.
That I think drives people crazy is the inconsistency,
right?
And that they're a team that's built on running the ball down your effing throat, capitalizing on opportunistic moments in the passing game.
Right.
They're not a team that's ever going to line up, spread you out, and throw it 45 times and put up 50 points on you. It's not them. They're going to play defense strong. They're going to win the battle of field position, time of possession, and that's them. That's them at their best. And when they're not doing that, and Lamar's got to throw it 30-something times, they're not going to win a lot of those games, in my opinion.
The defense isn't that great. They missed a lot of tackles too.
He's very good out of the pocket. Like, I know they wanted to make him more of a pocket passer, but
you gotta play to a strength, man. You gotta play to your player's strength. You know,
listen, you run that horse till that horse can't run no more. And now, in this prime of his career, his legs are still his greatest asset. And I think you need to lose them more. Use them more, Jimmy.
No, you're right. You're right.
How long did it take Randall Cunningham? Randall Cunningham's athleticism in Philly was some of the wildest shit we ever saw. And he made most of his highlight plays out of the pocket, right? And then later in the career, he got with Dennis Green up in Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, yeah. They went 15-1.
Brad Billick was OC.
With Moss, with Carter. Jake Reed was the other one, right?
Yeah.
They had two Reeds. Reed was the tight end and the third wide receiver.
So, it
takes a while to learn the passing game, man.
But not only that, it's just that I just don't think him and Monken are gelling quite yet. But I still think that because of the slow start with the Bengals, and obviously we'll talk about those couple of games tonight. I just think that this is probably the Ravens' chance to go in there, try to make a make your stance for first place while the Bengals are down and try to, hold them off towards the end of the season. Because the Bengals will get better at some point in time, depending on the health of Joe Burrow. But we'll talk about that in a second. So, before we preview the 2 Monday night games tonight.
The moment we've been waiting for.
Hey, man. Hey, Nick, I'm gonna let you have this one, man. Go ahead, kick it off, because
kick it.
Oh shit!
This Sean Payton.
I'm just watching the Dolphins score again and again and again.
Sean Payton situation, man. Hey, man, go ahead, dog. It's all you, man.
You cannot find a topic. Anthony watches this show often. You could probably list them on one hand, the topics that all three of us agree upon.
True.
And we all, the day Sean Payton took that job in Denver, laughed our asses off collectively and said, why would you go to Russ after what you saw last year with him? Why wouldn't you go to like the Chargers? That was the team I pumped up. Right. I was like, go to the Chargers, get Justin Herbert, a young quarterback. You can mold him for the next decade, and you could ride a quarterback like you rode Drew Brees for all those years. We all agreed. We all thought that was a good place, like, for him. Denver did not look good last year. Denver doesn't have an offensive line. You can't do everything that we've said is a bullseye. That Russell Wilson holds the ball too long, doesn't release the ball in time, holds it, hurts the team with the way he plays the quarterback position. Bullseye, 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 bullseye. 70 points in an NFL game in the year 2023, where people are conscious of not running it up and being unsportsmanlike, and they still laid 70 on you. That's a team that quit on a coach, and you might be looking at an Urban Meyer situation and a guy that doesn't even make the season. You heard it here from me first. He could be out. This team will lose him and not believe in him very quickly. If he makes Halloween, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, talking about Russell, Payton.
Payton. They got Russ big time. I mean, they gave up what? 2 picks?
A lot.
A first rounder and something else for Payton?
They gave up 2 goats, a cow.
You lose that locker room 8 teams in, like Urban Meyer lost the locker room. Granted, he embarrassed them off the field, but Payton, dude, you're gonna blame Vance Joseph? What did that content creator tell us? Oh, if the Broncos scored 20 points, they would have won 8 more games.
Oh, you're talking about No Take Jake.
They scored 20 points. What happened? They gave up fucking 70. I thought that was a Madden game. My son, we were at the game, he kept nudging me. Look at you, Daddy. Dolphins scored again. What? He's like, it's 35 at halftime. Oh, shit. I'm like, good. Fuck the Broncos. They talk shit about the Jets. And then he's like, Daddy, they got 42. I was like, wow. He's like, Daddy, they got 49. Oh, shit. Daddy, they got 56. I'm like, was this a fucking prank? 70 points in an NFL game? Fuck Denver.
Only 2 Russ. It ain't do it to future.
His future ain't no sucker. So anyway,
I say never trust a nigga with a Jerry curl.
I say that all the time. No,
I know you do.
Finally, you're picking up on some of the things.
It's 70 points, man. I mean, my goodness,
man. What do you say to your team as somebody hangs 70 on you?
No, what
the Dolphins showed mercy because they could have kicked a field goal and broke the record. They showed them mercy,
bro. How the hell is you as a player can even listen to anything from you as a coach to say to me that's ever going to mean a damn thing?
You got to have an all players meeting. Like, oh, we're going to blitz this play. No, we'll check it out. Everybody drop. We're going to drop. Okay, everybody blitz. Cover 0.
Bro, that means that your coaching job of getting us prepared for this team and putting us in position was shit.
Yeah, but your team ain't really produce.
Bro.
So
they did it without Jalen Waddle. One of their best weapons.
Yeah.
They brought Robbie Anderson or Chosen,
whatever his name is. That motherfucker
elevated him from the practice squad, and he burned Surtain on a 60-something yard touchdown pass.
Coming from Mike White,
NFL roster.
Coming from Mike White, that didn't come from Tua.
Yeah, Mike White got in on that.
Mike White the one through the 1-2
choke. It was. And even the noodle arm ass Mike White connected to defense.
The Bears beat Denver.
Oh, they will.
Oh, they
Yeah,
will. The Bears suck, but they beat Denver.
This is bad, bro. This is terrible.
I agree with you on that, and that's
Say it
what
the
I
right
would
way,
do.
Mark. Say it the right way.
Terrible. They're terrible. They're terrible.
Terrible.
Horrible. But come on,
Terrible would be an upgrade.
but my thing is like you was throwing stones from a glass house this offseason, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. You was throwing stones from a glass house this offseason.
Right.
And look, I already gave Nathaniel Hackett for his criticism of being an OC the last 2 games with the Jets. He wasn't good as a head coach. Okay. But pretty much with the same roster that he had, you have. And you might have made a couple of switches here and there. Fact of the matter is, you look worse. And you had the audacity to say that was the worst coaching job in NFL history. Who's really the one that hasn't? That's the real worst coaching job in NFL history. You lost by 70 points. As bad as Nathaniel Hackett was last year with the Broncos, and they were bad. I didn't see no 70 points get hung up on them heads.
70, boy, like it wasn't nothing.
Quit. I saw a team compete a lot of weeks. I didn't see them quit. They may have been unhappy, but when a team will give up 70 points in the NFL, where college teams won't give up 70 points if they played an NFL game because they will try. They weren't even trying. Yeah, they played like they wanted to get the coach fired.
That's a good point.
Does he finish the season as head coach? I say no. I say he doesn't even make November. I say they just completely cut ties because they just realize it's a catastrophe.
I mean,
but okay, let me ask you this. So is it Sean Payton coaching is bad, or he just lost the locker room and just no coming back from that?
Oh, if he lost the locker room, he got to go.
Because let me clarify. Because sometimes
I was about to say
sometimes you can have your personality don't mesh with the team chemistry, and then you lose the locker room from that. It doesn't necessarily have to be your coaching and your schemes are bad, but you just don't mesh. Like, for instance, you come in there rah with the rah attitude. Oh, it happens, Lamar. It happens, Lamar.
We talking about week 3 though.
How long has he been out of coaching?
A year.
A couple years.
Was it more? Got to be more than a year. How long you saying that?
He was out about a year.
For 2 years, wasn't he?
Is it about 2 years? So he ain't been going that long. So he's still ready to identify the player. So I don't know. It's something, man. It's
Dorito Bell,
bruh.
It's 70. You, bruh. I'm saying
Russell Wilson is garbage.
But I'm saying that's fair. But I'm saying we've all played sports. There's nothing as a player that I can hear come out of your mouth that's going to reverse 70 getting hung on us.
Oh, you're right.
You're right. He was out 1 year. He was out
1 year. Okay.
You're right.
I mean, you're right, Lamar. You're right. I'm not denying that. I'm not. I'm just saying it's. You got to do something. You still got a long season. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what pisses me off more than anything about this?
What's that?
The Sean Payton hate will give the Russell Wilson fans another fucking excuse why it's not him.
Yep.
Oh, no, but it's
granted, 70 points is not on Russ, but
20 years.
But
20 years.
I mean, the other team's putting drives together. Oh, why couldn't
Here's the thing, though, Nick. If they lost 70 to 60 something, you can say, okay, it's all defense. It's a team effort on this one. A team effort.
There are. Listen, let's be truthful about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's break it down a little bit, the Sean Payton situation.
Okay.
We live in an era where young athletes coming up, are in tune with the temperature of the room, right?
Yeah.
There might be a lot of guys who don't want to play for a guy who funded and was a part of Bounty Gate. They might not respect him as a coach or a man, and they might not say it, but I'm sure shit will come out sooner or later, right? It always does. But there could be players who, listen, this guy paid for people to get hurt. I don't want to fucking play for a guy like that. And now the way he's running meetings, I don't know. There could be a lot. Bro, let me see that again.
Go ahead.
Bring that back up.
Go ahead.
Modern day good in the back of Hall of Fame never really deserves all the credit. The guy's proving that he is now. I like that, Bobby. That's a good take. That's a good take. And don't forget,
that's the point I was trying to make earlier, though, Nick. It's like that. Oh shit! I keep doing it. I think it's like it's got to be some kind of disconnect there. It's got to be. because you can't say it's all Russ. Is Russ part of the problem? Hell yes.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. But
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying
the Russell defenders would be like, oh
yeah.
Now he's got 3 coaches in a row that were no good.
I'm talking about the narrative that's out there. I'm just talking about the narrative that's out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say it's all Russ. It's when somebody hangs 70, that is an organization team effort. You know, and how do you come back from that? That's the thing. How do you come back from that? Because what can you say to me?
That's orgy level suckage. Everybody had a job sucking on that one.
Yeah, right. Maybe
that's one of those wild orgies where like you see the punter up on a chair in the background. Like, everybody got in on that one.
Somewhere, every orifice. Ear, nose, throat, it don't matter. Something like a doctor. Ear, nose, and throat, you know.
And all of this, what does Russell Wilson do? He did that, man. He had no part of the media.
None of it.
I don't know, man. It'll be interesting who they play next.
Chicago. So we got the toilet bowl.
Chicago and then the Jets.
Oh shit.
They go 0-5, man. Shit. Getting snipped like he's at a bar mitzvah.
It's gonna be bad either way. They win. Oh man, they on the turnaround now. You know what I'm saying? They lose. You know what I'm saying?
Lose to the Bears. Yo, Justin.
Yeah, it's like, man, you lost to you got to lose. You got to get killed by the Dolphins and lose to the Bears. Anyway, it was not good.
If you lose to the Bears, that you come on now.
You lose to the Bears. Like the Bears defense is garbage.
Well, I say
and that offensive line.
No, that offensive line is trash.
It's trash.
That offensive line is trash.
Straight.
And then your boy Fields out back there throwing like Ray Charles.
Let him run. Let him run for 600 on that.
Yeah, let him run.
No. Quite honestly, man, when I was watching that game yesterday, I'm looking at this. I'm like, what the hell is this? You
talking like an NFL game.
You talking about bad offense?
You'll watch them old. You'll watch like the on Saturday night and they show like the West Coast games. It'd be like Montana State against like a team you never heard of.
It used to be Colorado State, but now we got all that fucking hard.
Where this college at?
Pretty show together.
That's what it looked like. You're like, where the hell is this college at? That's what it looked like. It looked like one of those games.
So let me ask you this, fellas. Does this not play into Sean's, not necessarily his legacy, but does it not question you how good of a coach he was before?
Yeah, most definitely.
We all knew he had character defects, right? We all knew that, like the Bounty Gate, like normal people.
I saw this motherfucker, the way he wear the suit on the show. I can say something look right with him. It's just that when he stand, suit be all like this, the gym shoes on. So that motherfucker he's like a killer.
Because here's my thing. He gets a lot of praise for him and Drew Brees kind of building and showing a lot of love and rebuild and regrowth in New Orleans because after Katrina and then brought him to the Super Bowl kind of helped.
So did Mary Giuliani.
No, but I'm saying
him now.
It's
Twitter follower. I get a Twitter follower. You know the bots that follow you. Yeah. And the comment says, "I want a man that can satisfy me." Adds like her bio. Bitch, you picked the wrong guy. Get off my goddamn Twitter site.
I mean, think about it. Rudy Giuliani was the man after 9/11.
Of course.
Look at him now. Same thing with Sean Payton. He just took advantage of Hurricane Katrina.
Still the man that's 57% of America.
I'm saying that's my point. Sean Payton was looked at as a saint from what he, no pun intended.
Oh, that was great though. That was awesome. You should have just let it go. I was like, oh, nice. Well done.
Because of what him and Drew Brees and helping Katrina rebuild and bring some energy back to that city, and it was a good story.
Yeah.
But then once Bounty Gate comes, and then all of a sudden, you couldn't let go of the pass interference against the Rams. You couldn't get that hump, and you had Drew Brees, who was an Hall of Fame in like record of accuracy type quarterback. His accuracy is legit.
Yeah.
Like numbers wise is up there in the history of NFL, and I feel like he's almost like Doc Rivers when he wrote that coattail too long off that one Super Bowl and that or that came after helping to rebuild New Orleans after Katrina, and people don't want to admit the fact that when you part of Bounty Gate, because you knew, didn't, you knew, you participated in it. That shows the character, and it shows exactly what kind of, and especially look at how he's been behaving in the offseason leading up to the season.
He's like Phil Jackson, going from Jordan to Pippen to Kobe and Shaq to the Knicks.
He's in a Knicks phase right now. he's right in it.
He's in Knicks phase.
He's at the Knicks.
Yeah, he's in
blue and orange and overhyped for no relevant reason.
But to me, it does kind of question, like, damn, were you really that good of a coach? Like,
I would love to be the Hard Knocks in season. There would be no show because they wouldn't clear anything that happened in the meeting this week.
Right.
There would be no show this week. They would be like, nope, we're not doing it. We're not, because the teams have the final say on what gets aired, for schematic reasons and shit.
Right.
It
would be like dead air. You know how the televisions used to go off, Mel, when you were like in your 20s at the end of the night, they would play the national anthem and just go to snow until like 6 a.m. They would be like, this week on Hard Knocks. HBO used to start their shows with that, but now it was a straight hour of snow at the ant race.
Hey, there's nothing you can say. There's
seances and blood sacrifices.
We ain't saying shit. I don't want to. Matter of fact, as a player, don't nobody say shit.
Nothing.
We 70 got hung on us. Don't say shit. I wish the motherfucker would say a word.
It's nothing you can say. It's nothing you can say. It's nothing you can say, bro.
Hey, shit, you can say.
Ain't nothing you can say, bro. Nothing.
70. Not college.
This is not college, bro. Right.
That's
70 points, bro. And then not only that, the backups came in and scored on you.
Hey, but he was so mad in this press conference, bro.
I didn't see it. I should have watched it. I didn't see it.
He got mad like he got done wrong, and not that he did wrong. He's like a guy who like killed someone and be like, yeah, but you don't know what he said.
He was so yo, bro.
You know Sean Payton?
He was so hurt, y'all. He was so hurt. He was
Sean Payton.
Yeah, he was so bad.
I gotta watch it on YouTube.
Oh my God.
I got a couple things to say. It's gonna be brief.
Oh man, but come on, man, face the music. Like if that's the one that you need to go in depth on what the hell happened, because you got to explain that. But
you got to explain that, bro.
Yeah, you got to.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just why.
Before we go to the last thing, if you're Denver, what's your next move?
Suicide.
Smoke a lot of weed, dog. Just go skiing.
I mean, if you lose to the Bears too, do you start fire selling?
You lose to the Bears and the Jets, there is gonna be
heads got to roll, bro. Heads got to roll.
You give up 70, and then you lose to the Bears who can't score and the Jets who can't score.
Yeah, you got
your team completely quit on you.
Yeah,
I'm firing the coach, and you're firing the D coordinator, and you're firing everybody.
Everybody,
and then all that'll be left is Russell Wilson standing there, be like, Broncos Nation, just me.
Are you getting rid of players too?
Oh yeah, I'm getting value.
All over tearing. Are you tearing it all down?
I'm tearing it all down.
Keep the coach, no. If you keep the coach. Yeah, you're going to have to get rid of the bad apples, the guys who have been vocal and turned on them.
Okay.
But you don't give up an entire team. You're better off just cutting ties, paying off the contract, and keeping your fan base happy. Because a 70-point loss, 0-3, right? They're 0-3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't win a game yet. They lost to Washington after they blew
lost to the Raiders. Come on. You lose to the Raiders in Washington.
And then you lose to the Bears. You lose to the Bears this week.
It's over.
That Jet game, that could be for his job, honest to God. I'm not saying it because it's my team. I'm saying it because how poorly we're playing and how we're not scoring on offense.
And how much city
there's
talk.
Justin Fields who can't get in the end zone. The Jets who can't get in the end
zone.
And
0-5 by then.
Yeah, you're 0-5 and you just lost to two of the worst offenses in the NFL. There's going to be heads roll. Whether it's the GM, whether it's the VP of football operations who brought him in, whoever it is, there will be jobs if they lose the next two games.
Oh, bro. Oh. Heads gotta roll.
I agree.
Gotta roll. Hey, I mean, that to me, that's the only option. You got to clean house. Hey, sometimes it's better to admit that it just didn't work early.
And
Yeah.
man, you know me,
Wait.
I believe in doing it quick and early. He'd have been done now. I'd be like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some other things you done quick and early, huh?
hey man, as long as I get mine, you gotta get yours. I gotta get mine.
This dude ain't even worth waiting around for a nooner. He's morning wood. Get it done nice and early.
Get it done.
I mean, why wait?
Now you're right.
I mean, you haven't showed me anything.
Bad. If they're bad, if the
After
Bears
the Bears
put up
game,
30,
that's it. I ain't waiting for the Jets. After the Bears game,
Bears go 30-17. Somebody's got it. Whether it's Joseph,
I agree.
Justin Fields does not look like an NFL quarterback. I'll raise my hand. I was wrong on Justin Fields. I thought Justin Fields was going to elevate this year. If Justin Fields puts 30 on you, somebody got to go, if not multiple.
Look, to be fair with Justin Fields, because
fuck Justin Fields, man.
I know what you're saying. He's not playing well. He has to own up to some of this, but I think he's in a situation like Zach Wilson where you're trying to handcuff me, just let me do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I think he's in a
but here's the thing. I hear you on that. You can run plays that kind of make him use his legs and everything, but he's not even making the throws. It'd be different. He's making those throws.
Well, he's making some, he's not making some. Well, I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Then you can say, okay, let's just get him on some bootlegs, some whack. You know what I'm saying? You can do that because now you trust him to be able to throw the ball down the field. You trust him to be able to roll out and look for and go through his progression. If he can't do that on a regular basis now, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust him enough to handle the ball, or he just get out there as soon as he see trouble, he takes off and run. And then he got open touchdown. He could have threw if he just waited a second. You have to take some. As a quarterback, you're gonna have to take the hit.
Yeah, I hear you.
In order to get that, in order for your receiver to have time to get open, you have to take that. That's part of being a quarterback.
But bringing it back to Lou Holtz, those guys from
we
Ohio
get
State aren't tough.
I got you.
They soft. SAWFT soft. I mean, look, I hear you. I hear you about Justin Fields. But if we having a conversation about Zach Wilson and it's not all on him, Russell Wilson is not all on him. I think that applies to
and I said the same thing. I don't think it was all on him. He needs to get a better line. He needs some protection. But I'm talking about the things I see that is on him.
Oh, I'm with you.
And here's my thing. Do you have to look at it like this? Is it salvageable? Can you fix it?
See,
you're going 3 years now.
You're talking to the wrong group about a salad bowl.
I was saying salvageable.
Oh, I think it's salad bowl.
No, you know what I'm saying? Can you fix these errors? Can you fix these problems with Justin Fields? Are they just issues you can't fix?
I think he's more fixable than Russell.
Well, Russell old as hell. I mean, he already set in his ways. So, I mean, you do have a younger quarterback here, and you got that window that you could be playing with too. You got that rookie contract window you got to play with. Say, because you wait too long.
Yeah.
Then you find out you got a bust. Nobody wants them.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So you got that. You still got that. All those things you got to juggle with. You wait. At the end of this year, he doesn't do well. Somebody will take a chance on him, and you do get rid of him, start over. Or you roll the dice and keep him, and then he becomes a bust.
And you develop.
And, he can develop. So you don't know, but I'm saying at the time you still got that little window you playing with. And that's the thing about having these rookie contracts and people in Justin Fields' situation. Part of it is the Bears' fault.
Yeah.
For not putting the pieces around him. You can't wait to year 3 and say, okay, now we got DJ Moore. Okay, now we got. You should have did that from year 1, at least at the very least year 2.
Yeah.
Now you going into year 3. Leaning into year 4. Now you come up on a 5th-year option.
I say this: you definitely hold on to Justin Fields before you let go of. I don't see him getting booted or moved before a coach. A coach is.
I hear you, and I'm not disagreeing, I'm just saying at how I see it as a person involved in that situation.
I hear you.
How you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like a firm believer is let's solve the problem.
Yeah, and
You know, so I see issue. Let's solve the problem, and then like I said,
the Joker's got a lot of problems.
they got a lot of issues. Then you got a defensive issue because then you fix the offense.
Nah, you're right.
You got to fix the defense. So it's like, what you gonna do? Yeah. You know, you get rid of Fields and get some good picks.
Yeah.
I mean, is he okay? Let me ask you this: is he a once in a lifetime talent?
Who, Justin Fields?
Yeah.
No.
Once in a lifetime talent? No.
He a dime a dozen.
He has good athleticism.
Okay, I mean, it's a lot of motherfuckers that got that.
Yeah, but he's not once in a lifetime talent. No, we've seen Lamar do it better. We've seen Michael Vick do it better. Anthony Richardson is doing it better before he missed
so that's my issue. If he's not a once in a lifetime talent, then after this year, you making a decision. What you gonna do? If you have a quarterback as a once in a lifetime talent,
no.
Let me say this: Anthony Richardson.
At least give him 4 years.
I say next year's his 4th year.
Yeah.
I'm saying Anthony Richardson, as of right now, looks like he may be a once in a lifetime talent.
Yeah.
He's looking that way.
Yeah.
He's trending that way.
Yes.
So I can say like this year he does decent. Next year he does a little bit better. And you go into that 3rd year, I'm keeping him because I see that there. With Fields, I just haven't seen it. The potential, the athleticism is there. There's no doubt. He's quick. He can run. But his reading, his progressions, and stuff like that, I haven't seen that improve. His throwing is inconsistent. And it's not because he's an Ohio State quarterback. I'm just talking about this from what I see in general. I just don't see it. Like I say, Bobby G say the Bears have been 18 or 104 yards and have never had a franchise quarterback. They never want to get one. Let's move on.
Never. Wow, bro. I mean, I don't know. I just think the jury's still out because, you know. So for me,
okay, go ahead.
Here's how
let me say this right quick. And he got to be able to throw it to him. Okay, go ahead.
So this is what I'm saying. So hasn't Dak been given all the opportunities to succeed, right?
Yeah,
and he hasn't. So if we was
in the same situation with Zach talking about him at this time in his career, I would say the same thing.
What with Dak?
I'm saying if we were at that time talking about Dak at the same time in his career as Justin Fields is now, I still would have said the same thing. I wouldn't change.
No, I'm just saying Dak, his situation's been a lot better than Justin Fields' situation.
A whole lot better.
So my thing is, if we can't 100% equate on whether he can be a pro quarterback, because I think the jury's still out on Zach Wilson. When you don't have the situations around you compared to other guys who have them and they're not, to me, that should still give you the same leash as a Dak Prescott.
I say, go ahead. What's that, Nick?
Because we're talking about it. I just got an alert about a post. Monday Night Football. The Bears versus the Broncos next Monday night. And somebody said, flex this game to Wednesday at 3 a.m.
For real. I would need it. No. Flex that shit. I mean, so.
Well, go ahead. We got to preview the game. That's
he says
in Vegas, the coach or Jimmy G.
No,
both.
It's bro.
It's both.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's the whole thing. But
Jimmy G is just an average quarterback.
I mean, you know what you're gonna get.
You know what you're gonna get from him. You know what I'm saying? But then you couple him with a piss poor coaching. That's what you're gonna get.
How the hell you punt it in 2 minutes and some change? Why would you punt it?
Piss poor coaching. I mean, look at what Jimmy G and San Francisco.
They kicked the field goal. They didn't punt. They kicked the field goal. You talking about the Raiders?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he ended up kicking the field goal. So, but my thing is before they even got to that field goal, they had like fourth and manageable, and they didn't go for it. But regardless, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, your defense ain't that good.
All you got is Crosby.
I mean, like what you count on them to get a stop?
Like, Hobbs is okay, but he's not elite.
They're solid on the run. They're shaky as hell at best on for sure on the pass.
I agree.
So my thing is like you don't even have a top 15 defense. You don't have it even around a middle of the road 15 defense. What are we doing? You trying to rely on it to get you the ball back?
Jimmy G needs great coaching around him. And just say, I'm saying, look, think about it.
He needs perfect. He needs perfection around him.
Yeah, I'm saying when he was healthy in San Francisco, they were winning games. He just couldn't stay healthy.
True.
He just couldn't stay healthy. He's out here in Vegas. He doesn't have that. He don't have a good scheme. He don't have a good coach. He just don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So all he have is his bailout, which is Adams.
And he balled. Thank you.
I mean, he was the best thing the Raiders had in this game.
Trust me, I'm glad I got him on fantasy.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he bailed him out several times, but you only go to him so many times. You gotta get other people involved.
Nah, facts.
You know, so that's the issue, man. Like I said to O, when we had him on the show, and then when I was on their show, I was like, when I was in the comments on their show, I was like, get rid of the coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You said the organization, I mean, they moved to a new city. They need to move to Alaska or somewhere. I don't know.
Go where? They moved everywhere. No, they didn't stay in California already. Anyway, and then to go to look, I just think it's just Raiders do Raider shit. So
there you go.
Let's get to these games tonight. We got Eagles and
I got a question for you because you skated right past this.
What's that?
Are you looking forward to Taylor Swift's album after her and Travis Kelce break up about how awful he was?
Let's go to Philadelphia.
Can I please say this? Taylor Swift is not an upgrade from what he had. That's a downgrade.
Physical features.
I hope she's at the game Sunday. I will find my way over to that suite. I will yell shit out.
What else is there, Lamar?
Well, physical wise, no. It definitely is a downgrade. Financial.
I'm saying, what else are we talking about?
Yeah, but he don't need money. Like,
I don't give a fuck about the money, and I damn sure care about personality. I just want to fuck.
I don't want an ET looking alien. You want to see some freaked out shit? Google her doing the skit with Jimmy Fallon on SNL years ago. I'll find it for you right now. God, ET looking feet, man. I'm not a feet person. Feet freak me the fuck out, man. She does not look like she's from this world.
She does not. She look like remember ET when they put the wig on him. There you go. All you need to do is get in a basket.
I didn't think there could be a more annoying white woman at a Kansas City Chiefs game besides Patrick Mahomes' wife, but nope, they proved me wrong.
Or LA Rams game like Matt Stafford's wife.
Bruh, I'm so annoyed with this. I can't even lie, bruh. Because
it's annoying, bruh. They kept saying, "Oh, let's go up to let's flash the camera up to the box. Oh, let's Taylor Swift." Who cares?
I don't
care about that ugly bitch,
bro. I don't know not one of her songs. I ain't even gonna cap.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. I do know.
You're gonna. They be playing them at the stadium a lot.
I'm playing the stadium all the time.
I don't know. Well, I think this might be the year I won't go to a game. I just have to catch. I might have to go to a road game.
Oh, you better go. If you want to get into the Chiefs game 2 weeks from now, you got to go get in line now because
you have to be called they're going to have to call you a Swiftie.
Bro, do you know when she came here in Kansas City in the summer, she shut the city down. Bro,
yeah, I heard that.
She's been shutting cities down.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but white women are awful.
That is Nick saying that.
To the white women who have been hurt and upset in relationships, and newsflash, I'm responsible for 5 myself.
Adele's a great singer, though, bro.
I love Adele.
I like Adele.
Yes,
Taylor Swift is I'm not a pop person.
Well, I'm not a pop person, and
I mean, I like some pop songs, but I'm not. That's not my. That's not my thing.
Surprise.
I mean, I love me a little thick Adele.
Adele get this work.
Hell yeah.
Fat Adele and skinny Adele.
Well, she thick, skinny. She slim.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Now,
before Weight Watchers are a stomach staple, she'll get it. After stomach staple Weight Watchers, she'll get them.
Yeah. We talk about
man. Anybody with nostrils like that can suck a good dick.
Bro, we talking about the 2x4 who is Taylor Swift that Hacksaw Jim Duggan used to come out
right.
wrestling ring. Hi-oh! Like I don't think I'm not excited the women built like that, bro.
I just can't, man. She built like a microphone stand.
But Nick called her 18. Nick called her 18.
I got it.
Okay. You got Taylor Swift song?
No, I got her feet on SNL. She looked like a goddamn alien.
Damn, those some big feet. That's her feet.
Yeah, that's a big feet.
Look like she got like man feet, alien feet, bro. It don't look normal.
Hey, maybe that's what Travis into, man. He might be into that. He might be into long feet.
I don't know, man. I just don't want it to become a distraction.
It's gonna be a distraction.
It's already becoming a distraction.
He already dropped the pass. I'm
already just like, I'm already over it.
All right, let's get to these things. I'm tired of talking about her.
Yeah, I tried to. Y'all just wouldn't let me go past it, man. No, so I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it. I am okay rocking with the Eagles. Look, it's a cute story. You know, Baker Mayfield, winning a couple of games. Ha ha, hoo. Good for you. But eventually, that's Cinderella story got to come to the end, and it starts.
Yes, every day you got to. Every now and then you run into the truth.
Oh. For real, man. Everything runs into the truth. He runs his course. So who y'all taking? I'm rocking Eagles.
I'm going Eagles, man.
Yeah.
Blowout.
Yeah.
Blowout.
Damn.
Blowout.
Jeez. Oh, damn. Okay.
I think Tampa Bay's dog shit. They're about to get walked.
There you go.
Yeah, I might have to put some more money down on these games tonight. And then, of course, you got a rematch of Super Bowl 56. Rams going to Cincinnati. I'm actually going with the Rams on this one, fellas.
That one receiver that Matthew Stafford throwing to not playing, I forgot his name.
Oh, what's his name? Hold on, I'm going to pull it up.
I agree with it's Tampa Bay, and I can't go with Tampa Bay. But yes, that's the only thing that concerns me. If he was playing, I was thinking about going with LA too, because I think Burrow's still hurt.
Nakua.
Yeah, Nakua, whatever his name is.
Puka.
He's hurt too.
Yeah, he's hurt. Yeah.
His oblique is hurt. I got him.
I don't know, man.
I caught on to him early.
Yeah. So I'm kind of torn between this one because Bengals don't look good. Joe Burrow doesn't look like he's fully healthy. But then we know every year they come out kind of slow, and it's gonna be the game they turn around. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'm gonna go Bengals.
I'm going Rams. I'm gonna take the Rams. Kyrie Williams looks explosive at running back. Nakua looks good at wide receiver. And people forget last time Matthew Stafford played a full season, he was damn near an MVP of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So until the Bengals prove that they're the Bengals and Burrow proves he's healthy, I'm probably going to be picking against them because it don't look good. And it's an hour and a half before the game and there's no announcement yet.
Yeah, he doesn't look good. He just looks sluggish. Just his footwork and his movements just not there that we're accustomed to. So
right.
Hey, I'm with Nick on this. I'm rocking with the Rams. So there you have it, man.
Are we going to recap the standings of the Pick'em League or no?
No. Anyway, so you can sit here and vote more. Come on. Anyway, I know what it is. Tap in with us, I.O.W Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Tap in with all the content. Proud New York Jets fans for all you Jets fans.
Yep.
Our Chief for all you Chiefs fans, and of course, No Name Podcast for all you Lions fans.
Hey man, Brian Brandon's a dog. Someone say that.
He is.
He's a dog.
Hey man, but I know what it is.
So Anthony's I'm checking my the sleeper app. I'm checking my fantasy teams to make sure nobody got deactivated last minute. I got a chance to win 3 of my 4 leagues. I hate feet. Fuck that. I bring the lady over. I tell her I don't care how much
You need
clothes
to
I
clip
take
that.
off you. I tell her your socks ain't coming off. She's like, I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm missing a toe. No, she's cool with that.
Yeah. Hey, shut it off. Hey, man, it's
I
been
like
real.
feet, man. What's up?
Now we'll check in with y'all Thursday, man.
Hey, man, I suck a toe any day.
Turn it off.
I do toes, elbows, and booty holes.
Shut it off.